Have you ever heard that if you write something down 7 times, money will appear from unexpected sources? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's something Louise Hay discovered when she was completely broke, living off the kindness of friends, wondering why every time money seemed within reach, something always went wrong. Have you felt that? That nagging feeling that you're always almost there, but at the last minute, bam, the client disappears. The proyectado gets cancelled. The opportunity vanishes, and you're left there, wondering if there's an invisible curse blocking your prosperity. Louise Hay spent years like this. A famous model in the 50s, married to a wealthy businessman, living a life of luxury, until it all crumbled. Divorce, emotional bankruptcy, and a discovery that would change the lives of millions. She realized she wasn't trying to attract money. She was unconsciously pushing it away. And today, you'll understand exactly how this works and what to do to stop this silent self-sabotage that's stealing your prosperity. Because the problem isn't that you don't know how to make money. The problem is that there's a part of you that rejects money before it even arrives. And this rejection happens on such a deep level, you don't even notice it. Think with me. How many times have you said or thought phrases like, "Money can't buy happiness. Rich people don't go to heaven. I'm not the type to get rich." Money changes people for the worse. Each of these phrases is like an energy block you've created yourself. Louise Hay discovered that our subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between protection and self-sabotage. If you grew up hearing that money is dirty, that rich people are dishonest, that having a lot of money is a sin, your mind created a defense mechanism. It literally pushes away financial opportunities to protect you from something it has learned to see as dangerous. It's as if you have an invisible guardian at the door of your financial life, rejecting everything that comes. And this guardian isn't trying to hurt you. It thinks it's saving you. Emily, one of the women who followed Louise Hay's method, told me that whenever she started earning more money, she became anxious. She started having nightmares. She felt guilty. Until one day she had a devastating insight. She was unconsciously afraid that if she became rich, she would become a bad person like the rich people she knew in childhood. Her mind was literally sabotaging her financial success to protect her identity as a good person. Can you see how cruel this is? How our own minds can betray us by trying to protect us? Louise Hay called this an implanted scarcity program, and she discovered that this program is usually installed in childhood when we hear seemingly innocent phrases from our parents. We're not the kind of people who have money. Money doesn't grow on trees. Do you think I'm a bank? Rich people only think about money. Poor but honest. Each of these phrases goes straight to a child's subconscious and creates a limiting belief that can last a lifetime. And the most perverse thing is that these beliefs don't stay quiet. They actively work against you. They make you choose the lower-paying job. They make you undercharge. They make you spend money impulsively every time it arrives. They make you feel guilty for wanting prosperity. Louise Hay was broke at 40, even though she was a talented and intelligent woman, precisely because of these invisible beliefs, until she had a revelation that changed everything. She realized that if her words and thoughts had the power to push money away, they also had the power to attract it, but not in the way most people think. Most people try to attract money by repeating positive affirmations over negative beliefs. It's like trying to plant flowers in soil full of weeds. The weeds always win. Louise Hay discovered that first you need to clear the ground. You need to uninstall the scarcity program before installing the abundance program. And she created a specific technique for this. A technique that involves writing a phrase 7 times in a very specific way for 7 days. It's not about repeating empty affirmations. It's about literally reprogramming the neural circuits that control your relationship with money. Because when you write something by hand, you activate areas of the brain that simply thinking or speaking don't activate. Handwriting creates new neural pathways. And when you do this repetitively and consciously, you are literally rewriting your inner programming. Louise Hay tested this on herself first. She wrote the same phrase about money 7 times a day for a week. And on the 8th day, she received an unexpected call offering a job she didn't even know existed. Coincidence? She doubted it herself, until she started teaching the technique to other people and saw the same pattern repeat itself. People who had been struggling financially for years suddenly started receiving opportunities, proposals, money from unexpected sources. But here's what's most fascinating. It wasn't that the money was appearing magically. It was that these people had stopped pushing away the opportunities that had always been around them. They had finally disarmed the invisible guardian protecting the door to prosperity. And when you disarm that guardian, it's amazing how naturally money flows into your life. Jessica, a businesswoman from New York City, told me that after doing Louise Hay's technique, she realized she always found an excuse not to close big deals. She always thought she was charging too much, always felt unworthy, always was afraid of disappointing. After 7 days of writing Louise Hay's phrase, she closed 3 contracts in the same week. Contracts she had been putting off for months because of internal blocks she didn't even know she had. The money didn't appear out of nowhere. The opportunities were already there. She had just stopped rejecting them unconsciously. And that's what Louise Hay discovered is the true secret of prosperity. It's not about forcing the universe to give you money. It's about stopping saying no to the money that's already trying to reach you. Your subconscious mind is constantly making choices that affect your financial life. Choice of work, choice of salary, choice of how you position yourself, choice of how you charge, choice of how you spend. And if that mind is programmed with beliefs of scarcity, all these choices will go against you. But when you reprogram these beliefs, using the specific technique that Louise Hay developed, something extraordinary happens. You stop working against yourself and start working for yourself. The technique is simple, but it has specific details that make all the difference. Louise Hay discovered that it's not just any phrase, written any way, at any time. There's a science behind it. A science she developed over decades, studying the human mind and testing it on thousands of people. And this technique isn't just about writing. It's about writing with a specific intention, at a specific time, with a specific energy. It's about consciously disarming each of the blocks that are preventing money from flowing into your life. Louise Hay always said that scarcity is artificial, that abundance is the natural state of the universe, and that when you remove the artificial blocks your own mind has created, prosperity flows like water down a mountain. She tested this for over 30 years of her life. She went from total bankruptcy to building a publishing empire, not by luck, not by connections, but by understanding exactly how her mind worked and how to reprogram it to work for her instead of against her. And the most incredible thing is that she discovered that the same technique that heals financial blocks also heals emotional blocks. Because at its core, scarcity of money and scarcity of love come from the same place, the feeling that you don't deserve good things. When you change this fundamental belief using her specific technique, everything changes. Not just your bank account, your confidence, your relationships, your energy, your presence in the world. Because money isn't just money. Money is freedom. It's security. It's the power to make choices. It's the power to help those you love. It's the power to live your life on your own terms. And when you release the blocks that are preventing this energy from flowing, you release so much more than just financial prosperity. Louise Hay said that money is like breathing. You need to both inhale and exhale, both receive and give. And most people have their financial breath held. They can't receive or give in a healthy way. Her technique unlocks that breath. It teaches you to receive without guilt and to give without fear. It teaches you to have a healthy relationship with the energy of money. A relationship based on deservingness, not scarcity. On abundance, not fear. And that's exactly what you're going to learn now. The exact technique that Louise Hay used to get out of bankruptcy and that she taught to millions of people around the world. The technique that can change your financial life in a week if you apply it exactly as she discovered it, works. If you're still here, it's because something inside you recognized the truth of what I just said. And now comes the part that will change everything. The technique that Louise Hay developed has a specific name: conscious writing energetic cleansing. And she discovered that it works because it combines 3 elements that modern science has confirmed to be extremely powerful for mental reprogramming. First, handwriting activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for forming new habits and beliefs. Second, repetition creates myelination, which is when the brain builds a new road for a thought, making it automatic. Third, doing this in a meditative state accesses the subconscious directly, where all your beliefs about money are stored. Louise Hay tested hundreds of variations until she discovered the exact formula. And the formula is this: you will write a specific phrase 7 times for 7 consecutive days, always at the same time, always in the same way. The phrase is, I lovingly release all beliefs that prevent me from receiving infinite abundance, and I deserve prosperity in all aspects of my life. Seems simple? Louise Hay took years to arrive at these exact words. Each word was chosen for a specific reason. I release, because you're not trying to force anything new. You're letting go of what no longer serves you. With love, because releasing with anger or frustration keeps the negative energy active. All beliefs, because there are multiple beliefs working against you, not just one, that prevent me, recognizing that the blockage comes from within, not from without. Infinite abundance, because when you put a limit on abundance, you're still operating from scarcity. I deserve prosperity, directly attacking the most destructive belief of all, which is the feeling of not deserving, in all aspects, because prosperity isn't just money, it's fullness of life. But here's the secret that few know. It's not just about writing these words, it's how you write. It's the mental state you're in when you write. It's the intention behind every letter. Louise Hay discovered that you need to write in a state she called active acceptance. It's not hope. It's not despair. It's not doubt. It's a state of, I'm doing my part and I trust that the universe will do its part, she always said. Don't write to convince the universe. Write to convince yourself that you've already changed. This shift in perspective is crucial. You're not asking, you're declaring. Now I'll teach you exactly how to do it. First step, choose a fixed time. Louise Hay recommended before bed because the subconscious is more receptive, but it can be in the morning, if it's better for you. The important thing is to always be at the same time. Second step, get a notebook that will be used only for this. Don't use loose sheets. Don't use your phone. It has to be a notebook. And pen, the physical connection between your hand. The pen and the paper activate specific neural circuits that typing doesn't activate. Third step, before you start writing, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Put your hand on your chest and feel your heart beating. This connects you to your body and gets you out of the analytical mind. Fourth step, write the phrase 7 times, one below the other. But here's the crucial detail. Write slowly. Louise Hay discovered that when you write slowly, each word has time to be absorbed by the subconscious. Fifth step, after writing the 7 times, put your hand on what you wrote and close your eyes for a minute. Visualize the words entering your body as a golden light that dissolves any resistance. Sixth step, put away the notebook and don't talk about it with anyone for 7 days. Louise Hay discovered that when you verbalize the process before it's complete, you disperse the energy. Seventh step, on the 8th day, when you wake up, write down everything that happened differently during the week, all the opportunities that appeared, all the ideas that came up, all the people who entered your life. You'll be surprised. Jessica, a lawyer from New York City, told me that on the 3rd day doing the technique, she had the courage to raise her fees for the first time in 5 years. On the 5th day, a longtime client called offering a case she didn't even know was available. On the 7th day, she received an offer to become a partner in a larger firm. She didn't change anything external. She changed internally. And when you change internally, the external world reorganizes itself to reflect that change. Marcus, a businessman from Belo Horizonte, let's say New York City, was on the verge of bankruptcy. His company was almost failing, accumulated debts, clients disappearing, no way out in sight. He decided to test Louise Hay's technique more out of desperation than faith. On the 2nd day, a supplier called offering special conditions they'd never offered before. On the 4th day, an old client returned with a large project. On the 6th day, he had an idea for a new product that became the company's flagship. What happened to Marcus? He stopped operating from panic and started operating from clarity. When you're desperate, you emit an energy that repels opportunities. When you're centered and confident, you attract solutions. Louise Hay's technique doesn't perform miracles. It removes the blockages that are preventing the miracles that are already trying to happen in your life. Louise Hay always explained it like this. Imagine you're in a dark room looking for the key to prosperity. You could spend years searching in the dark, or you could turn on the light. Her technique turns on the light of consciousness on your financial blocks, and when you see the blocks clearly, they lose their power over you. Some people ask me, but why 7 times? Why 7 days? Louise Hay discovered that 7 is the minimum number to create a new neural connection, and the maximum number before the conscious mind begins to resist out of boredom. Less than 7 times doesn't fix the new belief. More than 7 days the first time can create anxiety and self-sabotage. After the first 7 days, if you want to continue, you can do 7-day cycles with a week's break between them. But the first cycle is always the most powerful because it's when you break the initial resistance. Now I'll tell you something that Louise Hay discovered, but few know. There are 3 signs that the technique is working, and they can appear as early as the 2nd or 3rd day. First sign, you begin to notice opportunities that have always been there, but that you ignored. Extra work, an unexpected discount, an idea to save money. Your perception becomes sharper for possibilities. Second sign, you feel less guilty about wanting money and more deserving of prosperity. That inner voice that said, you shouldn't want so much money begins to get weaker. Third sign, you make bolder financial decisions. You charge what you're worth. You invest in yourself. You leave situations that keep you financially small. These signs are proof that your inner programming is changing. And when your inner programming changes, the external results are inevitable. Louise Hay cured her own cancer using similar techniques. She went from complete bankruptcy to building a multi-million-dollar publishing house. She helped millions of people around the world transform their lives, not because she was special, but because she understood how the mind works and worked with it, not against it. The technique I just taught you is the same one she used, the same one that thousands of people have used to change their financial lives, the same one that can change your life if you have the courage to try. Because ultimately, the only thing between you and the prosperity you desire are the limiting beliefs you carry. And these beliefs are not permanent. They are just programs that can be reprogrammed. Louise Hay used to say, the point of power is always in the present moment. You don't have to wait for Monday. You don't have to wait for New Year's. You don't have to wait until you're ready. You can start today, get a notebook, get a pen, choose your time, and start writing your new financial reality. Because you deserve prosperity. You deserve abundance. You deserve to live your life without worrying about money. And the only person who can give you that permission is yourself. Louise Hay always ended her talks by saying, remember, you have the power to heal your life. Today I say to you, you have the power to heal your financial life. The technique is here. The knowledge is here. The power is in your hands. The only question that remains is, will you use it? If this video sparks something within you, don't let that energy die. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because content like this reaches you when you need it most, not by chance. And remember, Louise Hay's words, when you change your thoughts, you change your life. Your financial transformation begins now with the first movement of your pen on the paper. The universe is waiting for you to take the first step. The first step is to write. Write and allow the magic of change to happen in your life.